Today on Clubhouse Gas, University of Georgia pitching coach Brady Wiederhold is going to talk about the best pitch in baseball. Kind of curious? Stay tuned to Clubhouse Gas.
What you'll see as I get through and start talking a little bit, that what I do at a clinic or a camp with guys that are 9 years old just beginning to pitch, or guys that I deal with on a daily basis that are 18 to 22 years old, the concept and the thought process that I go through with those guys is exactly the same. All right? And you'll see that as I go. I like to keep things very, very, very simple. I'm a simple guy. Some people say it's because I'm not real smart. But that's the reason why I keep things simple. But I do like to keep the pitching process and the pitching mechanics as simple as we possibly can. I think a lot of times throughout the years, people have tried to make pitching so different. I don't want to say try, but they've made the pitching, mechanics and the process and the thought process of going through your motion. I think people have tried to make it too difficult. And, they tell you this and they tell you that, and you're thinking about this, and you're thinking about that, and lo and behold, you kind of forget that ultimately you have to throw the baseball 60 foot 6 inches or 45 feet or whatever your distance is right now. You have to throw this white thing, all right, across the plate and make that guy that stay in the batter's box swing and miss. All right, that's the whole idea. And guys that are older, and I say the same thing. I ask a lot of questions. I say, guys, best pitch in baseball always has been, always will be, forever and ever, amen, is what? And then I ask that question to the guys, and 30 guys will shoot their hands up, all right, and the kid will go, fastball. And I'll go into a spiel about, well, yes, fastball is very important. We must be able to command the fastball. When you guys are younger, they don't throw the fastball enough, all right? You don't condition yourself to throw it, and that hinders you as you grow up, because everybody gets enamored with when they're younger of doing what? What does everybody want to throw when you're younger? What's there? Just you guys in the front row, just holler something out. You got anything? I like a little interaction. Huh? Oh, everybody wants to throw the curveball. Yeah, coach, how can I throw this curveball? It's drop ball. I got to make it move 9,000 feet. Well, you learn. Somebody teaches you to put some spin on the ball, right? When you're 10, 11, 12 years old, and at that age, nobody in the world. It's hard enough for Frank Hoare. You'd heard him speak. It's hard enough for him to hit a good slider and a curveball, okay? And anybody in the big leagues to be able to do it. All right, just think, guys are 9 and 10. Any spin on the ball, you got guys that are wailing and missing it by this much. All right, and you feel good about yourself. All right, and you get that little blurb in the paper, in your local newspaper, right? It says, Jimmy struck out 15 guys in 5 innings, and whatever team you play for, Burger King. I played for Manuel's Mexican restaurant when I was younger. But I got Manuel's. The next year, by the way, I played for Peddler Steakhouse. We got a better dinner at the end of the year. We had steak. But anyway, I played for them, and you get this little blurb, and it says Jimmy's so great, and he's growing up, he's 12, he does all these things. Well, what you don't understand is you get older, all right, and you start progressing up that tree, well, that starts taking a toll on you, pitching-wise, okay? And it happened to all of us. It happened to me. I mean, it's happened to everybody, but it starts to take a toll on you, all right? And as you get a little bit older, you've conditioned yourself, and you still throw so much. I say breaking balls. It doesn't necessarily be a curveball. Not a changeup, but a curveball, slider, whatever your breaking ball may be. Well, you start conditioning yourself to do this, and you just wearing yourself down, and you're not practicing throwing that ball harder, and you're not practicing on commanding that fastball. And as you get older, and these two guys are sitting up here right here, they'll tell you in the big leagues, guys command their fastball. You can just watch it on TV. I mean, guys really, they get after the people, they get after hitters with the fastball, and at our level in the SEC, you've got to get after guys with the fastball more than you do the off-speed stuff. All right, that's how you set everything else up. But I go back to my original statement: best pitch in baseball always has been, always will be, forever and ever, amen. And the kid says a fastball, and I say, yes, I agree with you to some point. And then somebody hollers out curveball, and I've already told you my curveball speed. Then they holler out changeup, and I say, yes, changeup's huge these days. It's huge. All right, guys got to be able to throw a changeup. If you ask our hitters, and I'm sure those guys the same way, but if you ask our hitters, guys they hate to face are guys that can command their fastball and have a good changeup. All right, the changeup is just, it's so lethal for you as a pitcher because and we can talk about that later, but everything looks like a fastball. It comes out a little bit slower, and hitters are geared for timing, right? And we all know that. So you're geared for time, you're gearing that fastball, you're gearing that fastball. It's a little bit slower. Boy, that back end starts to come out, and you just can't catch up to it, all right? And so changeup is huge. But then I go, man, that's not the right answer. And then they say slider, and then some kid says a knuckleball, and then you go into all this other stuff, all right? If there's nothing else, if you don't take anything else from me, the best pitch in baseball always has been, always will be, forever and ever, and amen, is strike one. Get ahead of the batter. Just get ahead. I mean, as simple as that may seem, get ahead. All right, it's astronomical how you can get on the internet and find everything these days, but you can get on there and see different charts on different counts of guys' averages when, at certain averages within your at bat, okay? And at 1 ball, no strikes, woo, boy, it's way up here at the top. The chances of you getting on base, 1 ball, no strikes, is very, very high. All right, it depends on which scale you look at, but the one I use and give to my guys, like 370, 375. All right, and then you reverse it. You go no balls, 1 strike, and it drops all the way down here to about 220. I said right from the beginning, I'm not real smart, but I know the difference between 370 and 220, and I would like to be more on the 220 side, all right, if I'm a pitcher. And so you've got to get ahead. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I don't care if it's fastball, knuckleball, curveball, slider, knuckle in shoot, you turn it over, you flip it, you turn on your head, spin it around your back like Larry Bird. As long as you get across the plate for strike one, all right, I'm happy. As long as you're not doing something to hinder your body. So we got to get ahead of the batter.